Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with Konosuba Season 3 Episode number 3 reaction. So the previous episode, we got to meet the Princess Iris, and turns out she wanted to know more about Kazuma and his deeds, and obviously because Kazuma's whole situation is a little bit different, like the way he has defeated everyone has been a little bit interesting. He didn't want to properly talk about it, so he was like kind of like like tiptoeing around it when they were asking for his adventure card. He didn't want to get arrested because of the drain touch, so he refused to give that. So it seemed like the princess wasn't happy about that, and she thought that he is like a fraud or something. So obviously indirectly she kind of, I guess you could say, berated him, which which Megumin didn't like. Neither did Darkness. In the end, the Darkness kind of talks to her and even slaps her in the end, which is crazy to think about. She's literally royalty, and tells her that, oh, like, you shouldn't say stuff like this to, like someone who has literally helped you guys out. And even if he doesn't want to share it with you guys, you don't have any right to act like this in front of someone like him. All that stuff happened, and in the end she apologized. But turns out, while going back, she took Kazuma back with her to her castle. Teleported Kazuma back to her castle. Now Kazuma's stuck over there, so let's see what happens. Okay, episode number 3, let us begin. I'll be putting the subtitles and the timer here. Sync it whichever is your preference, and let's begin. Okay, here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh god. Yeah, what are you... Okay. Wait, he's sitting on the bed. Oh my god. Bro, it's crazy to think about. He's literally sitting on the bed with her. She's royalty. Good god. Well, it's true. It's true stories. He's saying. He's not lying. Oh no. Yeah. Oh boy. Wow. Okay. Oh boy. I wonder how Iris will react next time she sees Darkness. Now that Kazuma's just leaking information. Oh. Hmm. Re-education for this bright little town. Oh god. Make yourself at home, yeah? You think so? Oh god. Oh, this is his room. I see. Okay. Rain. No, she's princess, so I don't think this can be considered kidnapping. Wow. What? Okay. Ah. Well, right. Yeah, I guess that's important. Hard to secure wages. I see. So he's talking about his world. Open a school. That's interesting. Oh god. What? Oh no. So this is like everyday occurrence here. Yeah. Like Axel is so peaceful that you forget that there's actually a demon king attacking. Yeah, bruh. Stealth raid. Wow. Hmm. Yeah, you can steal the enemy's weapons or something. I don't know. Yeah, you think? Oh boy, I feel like this is gonna be some goofy. Hmm. Older brother. Ah. Well, I guess he's a prince and everything. Oh no. The magic words. No, before that. Ah, good God. Kazuma was talking about this literally in the previous episode. Oh God. Yeah. Good God. Now he wakes up in the castle. What the hell is that? Oh my God. Oh, bro. Mary? I don't think her name is Mary, is it? Good God. Oh my God, he told her to call him. Good God. Oh, this is just a nice vacation for Kazuma. Yeah. I. Hello? Oh god. Wow. Right. Well, obviously. That's hide and seek? Oh my god. What is that, chess? Yeah. Well, she's royalty, that's why. Yeah. Yeah. Equality. Kazuma's motto. She's probably really good at it. I'm sure she's really good. How many times have Kazuma lost? Yep. I knew it. Yeah. Wow. Once. Yeah, one time on bamboo copter. I don't think she can like go out. No, she cannot. She's a princess. Wow. Wow. Well, yeah, about that. Yeah. Well, that's the life of a princess, obviously. Oh god. Okay, where's Sebastian is going to come again? Oh god, this is how he wakes up every time in front of him. Is he going to still call him Sebastian? I think so. Yep, Sebastian. Mary's going to come now? Oh god. Ah, I don't think she's coming. Wow. I don't think it's her. It's someone else, probably. Oh no. Yeah. Oh. Oh, darkness is. Hey. Yeah. Okay, what type of fantasy land? Oh boy. Promoted. Yeah, exactly. Wow. And here we go. Yeah. Uh, mm. Mm. Oh God. No, I don't think she's. Yeah. Okay. Oh boy. What? 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 How is she doing that? Hey, that's disgusting. Stop it. What? What? She's these guys. Who? Oh. Wow. Oh. Oh boy. The hell? Oh, this dude. Oh, really? All that. Oh, it's who? Oh, the prince. Oh boy. Well, we all know what darkness is thinking. Wow. Yeah. Oh my. Well, she's liking this probably. Oh, right. Right. Where is Iris? Oh, there you go. There she is. Wow. Oh no, is it Aqua showing? Yep, I knew Aqua's gonna show her party tricks. Right. Hmm. Well, yeah, because he's from not from this world. Oh. Oh boy. Hmm. Yeah. Adventure. Hmm. Hmm. Thief. Yeah, like, wait, what? Is this Chris? No. Okay, no, never mind. Like, there's only one thief we know in this world. That is. Whoa. Oh, maybe Kazma's going to take that up as an. Yeah. Okay, okay, I see. That's why. Seedy looking fellow. Yeah? Yeah? Oh, they're all really concerned if they get become the victim. Yeah, they're like, oh, thank God, someone's actually gonna do something about this. Yeah, eventually. Unremarkable. What the hell? What's that dance? Okay. Oh no. What? Okay, that didn't. Oh no. No, 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 no. Right. That, okay, great. Claire knew what she was doing. She was like, okay, you know what? Fine, if you want to do that, but you're not staying here. You're going somewhere else. Oh boy. This ending song is so goofy. Mm. Oh, yeah. Right. Obviously, they're going to stop it. Okay, let me read that first. Okay, wait a minute. I'm touching you on purpose. I'm touching you on purpose. Oh, Devil King, it's been a while. This is a loyal servant writing the growth chimera Sylvia. The climate here is wonderful. It's almost like being on a long vacation. Thinking back, I worked non-stop without taking any breaks. Maybe I was desperate to live up to people's expectations. No, I think I didn't want to be outdone by the men around me. May have been too headstrong for my own good. From a house aside, the bubbling waters of the river sticks with love, touching you on purpose. So, like, all the characters that are dead are writing back to the Demon King. Great, fantastic. Oh Lord. Okay, there you go. So that was today's episode. That was a very funny episode. Like we get to see Kazuma, um, in the castle and him teaching like like all these like different not teaching but telling what's her name, um Iris, about all these different stuff about like darkness that she does and everything. And and she's like, Iris is very excited about getting to know more about like these things and like stories and stuff. And you can see that Kazuma also told her about stuff from his world. Like he talked about like schools and stuff and all that thing. Not only that, he was just having a great time. He was just lazing there. In the morning, he was waking up the butler, and the maid was coming. The butler like giving him coffee, like the maid like making his bed for him. And then Iris would come and he would just like like tell Iris stories and everything, play with her, and then at night probably go to sleep. Like 1 week like this, he had a great time. um, and obviously all good things must come to an end. So in the end, darkness with the other two comes in and tries to bring Kazuma back, and all that thing. So yeah, but Kazuma's like, no, I'm not having it. I need to stay here some way or the other. So he comes up with a plan, the plan which involves a certain situation. So apparently, a noble thief is actually taking like money from the nobles and stuff. So Kazuma's like, I can make use of that. Now here's the thing. Is that Chris? Because the only thief except Kazuma we know is Chris. So either it's Chris or it's someone completely different, like a different character who will be introduced after this. Because, or maybe like I'm not even sure if this will be like a relevant character or if this will be just like one of those supporting characters. Because I think like we barely know anything about Chris. We just saw her once and twice. So I feel like it might, like if it is, there's a high possibility that this is actually Chris. Also, if you remember, on the very first episode, Chris actually stole that mallet from Kazuma. So like because of all of that, I wouldn't be surprised if it turns out that it's actually Chris who's doing all of this. And they said something like she's like donating everything to Eris, like the Eris temple or something. I think. I don't know which sect Chris belongs to. Like Darkness belongs to the Eris sect. Um, so does Chris belong to the Eris sect? I'm not really sure. It wouldn't surprise me if she belongs to the Eris sect because both she and Darkness knew each other, but not necessarily. And also another thing, there's only two sects that we know, like Eris and Axis. So, are there any other sects in this world? I do wonder. There must be. There must be other gods and goddesses. Surely, like there's only two sects we know: the Axis sect and the Ares sect, and two gods we know, or goddesses we know. That is Aqua and Eris. So, I'm thinking, and I'm sure there are multiple more goddesses here, but it's kind of interesting that we haven't really seen or heard about anyone other than Aqua and Ares. It's kind of interesting. I do wonder if we're going to go in that direction later on in the future. Maybe we'll get to know more about the gods and goddesses or something. I'm not really sure. Either way, yeah, I have like a lot of questions, but like let's wait and see. If it turns out to be Chris who's doing this thing, it wouldn't surprise me actually. Like I said, like it's season 3. We barely know anything about Chris. The only thing we know about her is that she's well Darkness's friend, and that's it. And she taught Kazuma steel. That's all we know about her. She comes now and then, and but we barely get to see her. So if season 3, like there's a high possibility that we might get to see more of Chris. So it wouldn't surprise me if this thief is actually Chris. But yeah, let's wait and see what happens. So yeah, and Kazuma was like, great opportunity to stay here. In his head, his plan was like, oh, I'm just going to stay here, laze around, and I'll probably try to find the thief out eventually, like a few weeks later. But Claire was like, no, I'm not letting that happen. So she played a different game. She's like, okay, fine. I was very surprised when she was like, okay, fine, I accept. I was like, wait, she's allowing Kazuma to stay here, even though she was like hell bent on not letting him stay here. But then I realized why. She had a different plan. She was like, all right, fine, you want to do this, you can do this, but for the time being, you will be going to the different noble's house and you'll be staying there, not here. And Kazuma's like, god damn it. Oh, good god. Yeah. And there you go. So Kazuma's plan goes to waste in the end. And yeah, now a few other things I need to talk about. First of all, Iris's whole personality, it kind of makes sense that she is so reserved, because first of all, she realizes the amount of power she holds, and her being like moody, or her being selfish about something, she knows it would cause trouble to a lot of people, because if she says something, obviously it holds a lot more. Like, she cannot even say like, oh, I want to go outside and play, because if that's what she says, obviously everyone will try to make that happen, and in that process a lot of other problems will like pop up. For example, first of all, she'll need like a lot of bodyguards. So all those bodyguards, like, and those soldiers who probably are doing something else or have a different job, like patrolling the area or something, they will have to stop all what they're doing and go with Iris. That's number one. Number two, a lot of other problems, like, I don't know, like there must be, like, if she wants to go outside, I'm guessing, like Rain, I think that's her name, Rain and Claire, they will have to do a lot of paperwork and stuff. Maybe, I'm not really sure what involves, but I'm sure like it's a huge process for her. Just a simple thing like going outside to play, for that to happen, there's a lot of other things, and she'll be inconveniencing a lot of people. She knows that, and she realizes the amount of influence and power she holds, and she doesn't want anyone to go through that because of her wishes. So she keeps quiet. She doesn't try to be selfish. She doesn't really, like say many things. She accepts everything. So yeah, and it's sad, but nothing you can do about it. She's a princess. She's a literal princess. Like, like, yeah, it comes with the whole thing. Like, because she's born to royalty, she will have to go through all of this. And yeah, and also not only that, there's a chance, like a huge, like fear, not fear, but a huge possibility of like maybe kidnappers and like bad people targeting her, because she's a princess. So that's also another problem. That's why obviously all the bodyguards will need to be there. And there's a lot of other headaches. She cannot just go outside and go grocery shopping. That's not possible for someone like her. So yeah, something like that. So you can see how she's so reserved and everything, and Kazuma saw that, and but yeah, like I said, you cannot really do anything about that since she is a princess. So yeah, that was that. And and other than that, what else do we see in today's episode? The whole banquet that they had for Kazuma, you know, um, quite a few things happen over there. First of all, obviously, Aqua and Magnia just eating, stuffing their mouth, while Darkness was like, she's also kind of like a noble, so a lot of people are like coming to her and like trying to propose to her and stuff like that, and Kazuma started saying all that stuff, at which Darkness was like, God damn it, what the hell are you doing? Right, okay. A character is mentioned here. What's his name? The prince, I think? Wait a minute. Just a minute. No, Jatis. First Prince Jatis. Okay, so I'm guessing this is Eris's brother? Yeah, because, he's a prince, so that means he's Eris's brother. So is this the brother that Eris was talking about? No, not Eris. What am I talking about? Iris. Oh, God damn it, I mixed the two names up. Iris. Is this the Iris's brother? It must be. He's like, they're calling him the first prince, so... And I'm guessing since he's the first prince, he's also like the future king or something? Yeah. Another thing, we still haven't seen the king, have we? Have we seen the king? No, I don't think we have. Yeah, so that's also another thing that we don't know. Like, maybe we'll meet him later or something. Right. You know what's interesting? This season, it seems like this season is actually expanding the horizons so much. Like, season 1 and 2 were like fun, goofy stuff, like, like Kazuma just goofing around in Axel, and everything was like just revolving around Axel and stuff. We met a few characters, like Yun and all that. We kind of went outside a little bit. We went to the like Aqua's place. I forgot the name, the place of the name, the hot springs, that place where Aqua's like an Axis cult is there. We went there. Arcantia, something like that. Yeah, we went there. That was like something that happened. We did. But I feel like this season is actually like expanding the horizons. We're getting to see a lot more about the whole country and the whole kingdom. We're getting like a lot more like explanation about how, like, what the structure of the kingdom is and everything, and how this works out. So that's interesting, right. But anyways, yeah, that was today's episode. So yeah, Kazuma's plan failed, and now he is stuck in that girl, Aldad, or whatever the hell his name is. We're stuck in his mansion now. He's not happy. Obviously, Kazuma's not happy either. So yeah. Okay. So yeah, that was today's episode. Now, let me talk about this episode scene by scene. In the very first scene, we get to see Claire coming in and Kazuma just telling Iris about all these stuff that Darkness did and everything. And Iris is very like, very happy, like listening to all of that, very interested. And it makes sense because she knows Darkness personally. So as she said, that usually the way she sees Darkness is that she's very reserved, always quiet, doesn't speak much, very prim and proper. So getting to know about this side of Darkness is something that she, like, it's something very new to her, and she's very interested in that, and she's very happy to know that. So that's why she's like always excited about hearing all these stories about Darkness. And Claire's like, what the hell are you doing? What are you putting in like her head? Right. And anyways, so Claire is like, do not do this again. Do not like put random stuff in her head. But Kazuma's like, just changes the whole subject and starts talking about something completely different, but it's still about Darkness. So yeah, he basically he doesn't listen to Claire. Right. And then the next scene, we get to see how what happened when he came here. So basically, he got teleported here. Kazuma was surprised. Kazuma was like, "What is happening?" And then Rain talked to Kazuma. Rain was like, "I'm sorry, Kazuma, but like our princess is the first time we've actually seen her being a little bit like selfish about this thing and doing what she wants to. So it would be I would appreciate it if you stay here for a little bit and just humor her. At first Kazuma's like, well, like, but my friends are over there, and he's like, oh, they must be concerned and everything. But when he sees Iris is being sad, at first Iris was very happy, but when like Rain talks to her and Iris is sad, and Iris is like, I'm sorry for dragging you here. Kazuma's like, you know what? It's okay. I can stay here. It's fine. But you need to tell my friends and inform them that I'm here, so that they don't, like worry about it. And yeah, now fast forward here. This is what is happening. He's literally like telling Iris all these random stuff. And he also talked about his world as well. As you can see, Iris talks about schools and everything. And Kazuma here kind of says, like, why don't you open a school? Now, and immediately to answer his question, we get to see the Demon King's army like attacks and like adventurers, and they are like going and trying to stop it. So that is why Iris is like, we cannot do that. There's a lot of other important things we have to do. So we cannot really open a school in this type of situation where like the Demon King's army is literally attacking every single day. And it's interesting. So I'm guessing like this happens like frequently here, like maybe like 1 or 2 days, in 1 or 2 day intervals, like the Demon King's army attacking. Like I said, Axel, it never happens. Like that Dullahan, I forgot his name. He came to a castle near Axel, but he didn't really attack us or anything. He was just there to chill. And Megumin just like blew his whole house and all that. Not house, castle. So it wasn't even like he didn't even have any plans on attacking us. It was Megumin's like explosions that made him come out. So which makes us realize that in season 1, except the destroyer, I guess in the end, there wasn't any type of like Demon King's army attacking in season 1. So there was literally no attacks in Axel throughout season 1. So I think Kazuma kind of mentioned it in one of the episodes, that you usually forget that this world is being attacked by the Demon Lord if you stay in Axel, because Axel is so peaceful, like something like that. So yeah, this and here in the capital, you can see that things are very serious, and it makes sense. Obviously, like what will the Demon Lord attack? The capital or a random ass like beginner's town Axel? Obviously not. Who's even going to go there to attack? They're obviously going to target the capital, where the king, the queen, like the princess, they're all living. So it makes sense why the attacks here are frequent. And that is why Iris cannot be selfish, obviously, because she always needs bodyguards to go out, all that stuff. Rules, regulations, it's like filled with that. And she cannot like as she said, she cannot like do stuff like this, like making a school and everything. Yeah. So okay, so in the end, Kazuma's like, you know what? No, Iris is like, oh, like you can go back home tomorrow. It's kind of dangerous here. And then Kazuma was also thinking, you know what? It's fine. Like I stayed with her, I talked to her. I feel like it's time that I can go back. And Iris says like, oh, but you should come and like talk to me about your adventures and everything. And Kazuma's like, yeah, sure. But then Iris says that, oh, I'd like for you to stay longer, but I shouldn't be selfish. And here is where the whole thing, like Kazuma was actually ready to go back the next day, but here is what happens. Where's that part where Iris says that I shouldn't be more selfish? Where's that part? Okay, here we go. Something about you reminds me of my older brother. Obviously she said like Oni-chan or Oni-sama. She said. Kazuma's like, what did you say? And she's like, yeah, like you like my brother? And Kazuma's like, right, I'm staying here. And there you go. You know, like if she didn't say that, he probably would have gone back. But there you go. Now, Kazuma stay over here starts. And oh my god, the way he wakes up and everything, like some shoujo like manga main character or something. Like he's like wakes up with sparkly eyes, hair like all wavy and stuff, long eyelashes. And the first thing he sees when he wakes up is a weird ass looking statue. What the hell is that even? Like some kind of a angel baby sucking on his thumb. Okay, whatever. And then we have the butler. Obviously, Kazuma's like Sebastian, and Sebastian's like, my name is not Sebastian. It's something else. You know, the whole joke about most of the butler characters in anime being called Sebastian. And then we have Mary coming in and to do the bed, and Kazuma's like, don't worry, I'll just stay here. And you know what's funny? I think he says this later on. I was wondering why he was like I can understand the whole Sebastian joke, but I wasn't understanding why he was like acting like that in front of the maid. It makes sense later on. He says something like making the maids work, like messing with it. So I think this is the whole joke about this is that, you know, in shows, in animes where you see like characters like in the royal, like, you know, family, like royalty characters like the prince or something, they always make it like troublesome for the maids or for the caretakers. Like, you know, like they don't get up, you know, they like do whatever they want to, and the maids are always like at their wits end. I think this was that joke, like, you know, that Kazuma was doing, like messing with the maid so that she cannot properly do her job, because apparently he's now like living in like a royal lifestyle. I think that was the joke, you know, that was like him. And because I was thinking, why was he like bothering the maid like that, you know? But that was the whole joke. I think like him bothering the maid was just like a trope, where, you know, like royalty characters like prince and princesses, they make it very difficult for the maid to do their job. Something like that, I don't know. Yeah. Either way, and then obviously after that, Iris comes in, and you know, and Iris is calling him Oni-chan from here. Like, you know, like I'm guessing Kazuma probably told her that, oh, call me Oni-chan from here onwards. And then Kazuma gets up and he's like, oh, Iris, come inside. And his boxes are out. Iris is like, what the hell? Like, you know, and she stopped calling him Oni-chan after that. Right. And then we can see that what Kazuma literally does is just play with Iris. Like, you know, Iris does her different things. He just messes with her, you know, plays games with her, board games, like, you know, like, and other like hide and seek and other stuff, and tell Iris stories. So as he says, like, I'm basically Iris's playmate. So okay, next we get to see Iris comes in with a chessboard, and they start playing chess, and Kazuma's like, like, you know, like, even if you're a kid, don't think I'll go easy on you. Like, and I'll give my all. And yeah, that's what he does. But it's evening, and he still hasn't won one match. So he starts acting childish. He's like, oh, like, you know, like I want to keep playing unless and until I beat you. And Iris is like, oh, finally, at night time, he finally wins one match probably. And it's like, there you go. See, that is my true power. And Iris is like Kazuma, you're like a kid. You act like a, you know, like a kid sometimes. You're so childish. There you go. Yeah, and anyways, and then Iris, like, he gives Iris like the bamboo copter, and okay, so Kazuma kind of talks about again a few of the stories, like, you know, like the companions that he has met. Iris doesn't believe him because, you know, some of the situations with the companions that he have met is so crazy. So Iris is like, I don't think I think you're lying. These type of people definitely doesn't exist. But it is true, Kazuma's telling the truth. But anyways, Kazuma realizes that Iris obviously has her restrictions and she cannot be selfish, all these things. Anyways, next day, or after 1 week, like 1 week this like goes on, and then in the morning he calls in Sebastian. Obviously that's not his name. And then he's like waiting for Mary to come, and he's like, oh, the maid should be coming to change the sheets very soon. And this is what he says: how shall I make her job more difficult the way any noble would? There you go. Like I said, so this was the whole joke, that he was like, like this was the punchline, that he was making the maid's job difficult, because that's literally what like a noble would do. Like in other shows that we've seen, prince and princesses, they literally make their caretaker's job way more worse. So that was the whole joke, I think. Anyways, the knocking of the door outside, Kazuma comes in and he starts doing some JoJo poses. Takes off the upper part of his robe, and he's like, oh, don't expect to be able to swap these sheets out too easily. And he's like, master, like you have to say, say it like this: master, please allow me to collect. And he stops because it's darkness on the other side. And darkness is like, yeah, so this is what you're doing, and darkness is like you were just fooling around over here, and and she's like Megumin is just worried about you every night. Megumin gets embarrassed at this. And Aqua, typical Aqua's like, oh, you're here having a great time, like I should also have a great time over here because I also helped you out with the whole thing. Oh god, each to their own, I guess. Aqua also wants to stay. She doesn't like it that Kazuma's having all the glory to himself. So Aqua wants to stay here as well. Anyways, Iris comes in, and Darkness goes to Iris, and Darkness is like, even though like he is like this, he's still someone very important in the in Axel, and a lot of friends are there, and they're concerned about him. So please, like you should allow him to leave now. And Kazuma's like, no, please, Iris, you're the boss here. Tell her firmly that you want me to stay here. But this is Iris we're talking about, so Iris, obviously doesn't want to make it more troublesome for others, so she's like, it's fine, you can leave. And Kazuma just falls down, and he's like, oh no, I have to go back. My easy life over here, is gonna vanish. And but Iris is like, what, let's do a little banquet in the as a little farewell party for you. So obviously Aqua and Megumin are just so happy, they're just eating the food. And oh my god, the way Aqua was waving the food around, I'm like, come on, don't do that, that is so disgusting. All the food, particles are just getting scattered everywhere. But yeah, this is Aqua, so whatever. And Kazuma just there, and you can see Darkness is being approached by a lot of nobles, and they're talking about fiance and everything, and Darkness is very uncomfortable, obviously. Because what's not going to make her uncomfortable, or what she likes. Obviously she definitely doesn't like situations like this. She likes complete opposite situations, as we know. And then this dude comes in, what was his name? Wait, what was his name? Kazuma's like, you're here, Pops? And he's like, because if you send the destroyer's code to my mansion, repairs is still not finished. So the house that we saw in the ending scene, that's probably his second house or something. That is crazy. Like rich people, good god. His main house went boom, so now he's living in probably a second main home, or second home, whatever, which in itself is like a castle, and he's still complaining. Good god. Right. Okay, so he says, okay, Aldar, that's his name. So he says oh, the person who's fit for Darkness is the first prince. Wait a minute, let me look at his name again. I forgot his name. He's currently battling the Devil King's forces while wielding a sacred sword. When he said sacred sword, I was like, wait, is he talking about Mitsurugi or something? But no, like, it's justice. No, Jatis. Okay. And everyone's like, oh, yes, Jatis sama. Definitely. The kingdom's champion. And Lady Darkness, who has slain the Devil King's generals of late. What better pairing could there be? Well, about that though, yeah. Does people know? I don't think anyone knows. Do they? That Darkness's attacks miss. Like none of her attacks hit. She's just really good as a tank. I don't think anyone knows that. Like that her attack misses. Right. And you can see Darkness is again very uncomfortable. She's not really, yeah. And Kazuma then starts shouting. He's like, oh, what's about our torrid affair? You're ditching me, Lalatina? And everyone's like, what's happening? And Darkness is like, what the hell is wrong with you? And then Kazuma keeps like talking about all the other stuff. So Darkness comes and just grabs him and starts wrestling him. And, almost like breaks his hand or something. Everyone's like, wow. Right. And then you can see Kazuma's like outside and sulking. He's like, like what the hell? Like this is supposed to be my party. Like everyone's just talking about everyone else. No one's concerned about me. And he says like I found myself saying some weird stuff when I saw how uncomfortable Darkness looked. Yeah, obviously I realized that. He said that because Darkness wasn't really comfortable with that situation. That's why he said that. And Kazuma's like, oh, nobody's like talking to me, even though this is supposed to be my farewell party. Like just imagine your farewell party, nobody talks to you. That is hilarious. Good God, that would be so embarrassing as well. Like Lord, what the hell? Oh God. Anyways, so Iris comes in, and she's like, oh, like what are you doing here? And Kazuma's like, oh, like finally you're here, and like he talks to Iris again, and Iris, and Kazuma kind of says like, I honestly don't understand what you see in me. Like I'm just like a normal dude, and like just doing this random stuff, and just and Iris is like, that is what I like. Everyone normally dotes on me, but you never back down. You're so rude and so honest. You would teach me a royal the strangest of things, and acts a mature despair to win against me. Kazuma's like, wait, I wasn't asking for complaints. You know what's so crazy? Like not crazy, I would say, but so interesting. I remember hearing a similar conversation like this. It was in Darkness's mansion, wasn't it? When like Darkness went there, and Kazuma went there to get Darkness married off, and Darkness was like doing her own crazy stuff. Darkness's dad was there. I think, who was it who said all of similar things? Like I think it was, oh, that dude, that guy, that he, the person who like the marriage interview guy, that prince or whatever the hell his name was. He said something like this, like I think like something like this, where he said that Darkness probably loves how like unashamed you are of being you're so rude, you're so direct, like this whole conversation we already had before in that episode. So it's it's interesting to see. Obviously both Darkness and Iris are royalty, so their situations are kind of very similar. Each has their own situation. They cannot be true to themselves, and they are always like restraining themselves from being honest with each themselves. While we have Kazuma here, who's just literally like brash, rude, unashamed, just and that is what they find so refreshing about him. Both Darkness and Iris. So it's so not interesting, but it's so interesting to see that since both of them are in a very similar situation, what they like is also very similar, because of the circumstances they live in. Like Iris is also like troubled by this whole, like, like keeping her desires to herself, cannot really ask much from others, and Darkness is also in a very similar situation. So someone like Kazuma, who gives no like crap about your, like, standing, whether you're royalty, whether you're something else, who literally doesn't care. They always find it so refreshing, and that is why Iris also said that I'm very jealous of Darkness, because she can be like, she's one of your teammates, one of your companions, that she could be herself in front of you, unlike me, who's just here in this, place, just stuck. Yeah, so right. And she's like, yeah, that is why I like you being where's that part? Right, and that is exactly what I was telling you. The fact that you're so rude, you're so, like brash, that is what I like about you. And you know what's funny? When I was watching this part, immediately my head went to like, oh, she's actually kind of talking like Darkness, isn't she? But yeah, now that I'm thinking about it, Darkness in her situation is exactly the same. So the like what Darkness would like, she would also like, because they could be themselves in front of like companions like Kazuma, Megumin, like who and Aqua, who doesn't really care about who you are, and who are very blunt and direct about their approach. So yeah, it makes sense. Exactly at this point of time, I was thinking like, wow, she's like speaking like Darkness. That I what she likes about Kazuma is basically Kazuma being a complete ass. That's what she likes. Oh, but yeah, it like, like now that I'm thinking about it, yeah, it is true. Both of them, the situation is so similar. Anyways, and yeah, and this is where she says like, I'm so like jealous of La Latina, because she can be like herself in front of you. Okay, so here Iris talks about it'll be fun if she can become an adventurer, and she talks about like, oh, like I wonder what I should become, maybe like a mage or something. And then she talks about, oh, maybe a thief, like a noble thief or something. And she says like, but Claire would probably be mad at me even if I was a noble thief. Okay, so Kazuma's like, what did you say? And she says there's a thief who targets only nobles with nefarious reputations, and after every robbery makes large donation to an orphanage run by the Eris Church. Okay, there you go. So here's the thing. I think there's a high possibility that it's Chris, because like I said, we barely even know anything about Chris, and I feel like it's about time that the show actually gives us more information and background on who Chris is, where she comes from, what's her backstory, and all that. So there is a possibility this is Chris, and they like, she talks about like how the noble thief, actually donates everything to the orphanage run by the Eris Church. Now I'm not really sure if Chris belongs to the Eris sect, but it won't surprise me, because she and Darkness were both friends. Like I said, not necessarily you need to be of the same sect to be friends, but still, yeah. And also the fact that in the very first episode Chris stole that mallet from Kazuma, so it wouldn't surprise me if she probably donated that to the orphanage. So there is like a 70% chance that this is Chris. So and I think that's exactly what's going to happen when Kazuma is going to probably research about this. Now he has to find this thief. In the end, he'll probably realize that, oh, this is actually Chris that I'm trying to like capture, or something like that. Anyways, so yeah, and Kazuma's like, oh, this is it. So now he goes and he's like, oh, I have a great plan. I'm going to stay here, and I'm going to take care of the noble thief. Even though he's a noble thief, he's still a thief, so he cannot take like law in his hands. So Darkness at first is like, what the hell are you talking about? Claire is not happy, but everyone else is like, oh wow, like about time someone takes care of this, because a lot of people tried, but everyone failed to get them. People are not really that confident in Kazuma, but they're still rooting for him, because especially the nobles, because all these nobles, they are like, oh, we're rooting for you, because they are also nobles who have done nefarious deeds. So they know they will probably be targeted. And if they get targeted, that'll be bad. You know. So because obviously, like, not only that they're getting targeted, but it's literally being publicly announced that they are doing shady stuff. Like, if you get targeted, people will be like, oh, the thief targeted you. That means the money that you have, like, it's like nefarious ways you have earned the money from. You're probably like a like a bad person or something like that. That their reputation will go down. So that's why everyone's like, yeah, like, best of luck, Kazuma. Because they don't want to get targeted. And Kazuma's like, wow, this is going great, and Iris is also like, wow, that's really good. And it's all going according to plan. And then Claire is like, all right, fine, if you want to be like, if you want to do that, sure. However, you will be going and staying with the nobles. And where's that part? So Kazuma will be stationed at the residence of likely targets in an effort to catch the thief. And she's like, all the nobles, you should cooperate with him. Kazuma's like, god damn it, this is not what I wanted. I wanted to stay here. I want to stay here, laze around, just play with Iris now and then, and maybe a month later I'd probably look into it. Like, Kazuma just wanted a 1 month vacation and just lazing around in royal, like, in like pleasure or whatever. That's what he wanted. That's not what he got. Unfortunate. And the worst thing is he got sent to Alderp's place. And Alderp is not happy, neither is Kazuma. So, right. And that is where it ended. Really funny episode, like I said, that was hilarious. And yeah. So that is it, guys. That was my reaction to episode number 3 of Konosuba Season 3. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button. Subscribe if you're new to the channel or you haven't subscribed. Comment down below. Anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know, I'll check them out. And that is it, guys. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next week with another episode of Konosuba. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.